Hi everyone, my name is Eugenia, and I'm a 25-year-old comic book artist, and I'm currently working in Bologna. I started my education in comic books and illustration in Milan, where I studied at the Institute of European Design. And there I started illustration and animation. I had a lot of creative writing kind of courses and anatomy lessons, which were fundamental to develop my style also in a way. But it wasn't really until I was in Bologna at the Academy of Fine Art that I studied comics in a more specific way. We studied the history of them and the great masters of comics. It really gave me a sense of how much you can do with comics as a media, because I really didn't know there was so many variations, so many styles, so many ways of telling a story with comic books. And that was really the time when I came into my own with my style. I actually stumbled upon the Crash project by word of mouth, because the alternative comic books community is very small, so every time someone know about something, it gets passed around in a way. My comic is called Mom Friend, and the title is pretty explanatory, because the main theme in the comics is found family and the role in a friendship of mom friend, the friend that takes care of everyone else, like a mother figure. The theme of chosen family is very special to me. It's about how you can find family outside the classical birth family, or like the heteronormative family capsule, family structure, and you can find your community and your people that give you support into queer spaces and create family with them, with people that know your struggle and are part of your community, and also need to give each other support in that way. Even if your biological family is very accepting, maybe they don't understand everything about queer identities and the queer experience. So that's also another kind of relationship that you crave in a way. Also, it can be a tool in a way, not in negative sense, like a way to survive into the world, especially when there's not much acceptance in your family or in your community. You need that kind of people around you, and that kind of relationship and show of affection, and you find that in your found family. It's not always pretty, it's not always simple, because family and complex relationship are not simple, especially when you contextualize that in homophobic and transphobic world. Like, there's added pressure to that, but you can create a really special moments that also, in my case, reflects some part of my real life relationship that I want to celebrate, even in their messiness and with their problems. So that was a really great opportunity to be direct with that kind of story. The concept of found family is the baseline for the story of Mount Friend, and basically the story is in the genre of kind of slice of life, because it takes a moment from a night out between friends, the found family, and it's the end of the night. They have been out in their favorite gay bar to dance and have fun and drink together and enjoy themselves, but it's the end of the night and they need to get home. But two people in the group are gone. They can find them, and they need to reach them to get home together. So it's the beginning of a journey during the night to get these people back. And the first one is Katie, a girl that they found in the bathroom making out with their ex. Very classic story. We all seen that. And then the major part of the comics when they need to find Jay. So they are very worried about them. And when they found them, this moment of reconciliation between the friends, and a moment of tension, because Jay doesn't want to go home and feel like their friends are kind of imposing on him and telling them what to do. And it's a bittersweet moment because you can see the care that their friend have for him, but at the same time they don't want to be controlled, so they reject the care. And then this kind of bittersweet moment back home in the bathroom when the main character of the comics, which is called Monica, she is the mom friend of the comics, even if Jay kind of pushed back against her and was rude to her, she still cares for them and know that they were angry more with other things than with her specifically. So she goes above her hurt feelings to still take care of them in the moment of need. The end is not like everything is happy and resolved, but I want to give like a little bit of hope, because that's how relationships often are. Sometimes there's really big fights and it's not a clear-cut apology from everyone. It's just continuing to take care of each other and going beyond what happened, in a sense. So I wanted to leave it kind of open, but not completely resolving all the issues, because it's not what really happens most of the time. My background is mainly in independent comics, especially a lot of influences from like independent American comics, which are very recognizable from their style, and I think it bled into my own. So I have these very corporeal and solid figures and characters that populate my stories, and I think you can really see it in Malfriend. It's a lot of characters, very different from each other, but you can feel that they are in their own world. They belong in that kind of spaces. So we see a lot of color, obviously, because the queer spaces are very colorful. The young subculture is very colorful. So I think it's very fitting for this kind of story that takes place in these spaces. But at the same time, we see not a lot of scenes inside the club, on the dance floor, the drag shows, stuff like that. We see a lot of more of the in-between places, like the bathrooms, in the club, and at home, the sidewalk when people hang out to smoke. And so you can see all these spaces that are very clear in my mind, and actually are more populated than maybe the clubs and the bars. And they host a lot of more interesting dynamics. So I really want to draw them well and draw them maintaining that kind of atmosphere through color. So the night is violet blue and the clubs is pink and bright, and the characters are dressed in very comfortable but extravagant clothes. I have a special interest in fashion, and the fashion used as a form of self-expression. So I really like to do all the character study for the outfits of the of the characters, because maybe some people will think, oh, 10-inch platform boots are not like the high of comfortability, but in a way they can be. I don't know. I feel like they are going out clubbing outfits, but also like very, okay, I can live in this kind of clothes outfit. So, I don't know, it was important for me to have that kind of representation that's very real. And the use of color was actually pretty hard for me, because I don't really do a lot of works with color. I'm more of a black and white artist, so it was a little bit of a challenge. I also put a lot of effort into the gestuality of the characters, the little hands movement, and how they stand with each other and use the color to show their emotion a lot. That's all, folks. Thank you so much, and go read the Manfriend comics and the rest of the anthology, because it's amazing. Bye bye.